Anyway, maybe someone talked to me saying that you should do an ASMR thing. I forgot who it was. Oh no, it was.
Really?
Yeah, because when I was talking with him the other day, she was like, "Yeah," when we brought up the podcast, she was like, "Oh yeah, George should totally do an ASMR video." And I was like, "Really?"
That just means
Just
that
an
someone
ASMR
wants
video,
to.
or-
I don't know.
Sleep
Just
while listening to George.
I think she said that. Yeah, she said she would fall asleep.
That's all that
doing
means.
ASMR.
I mean, one of our guests, like our most recent guest said that like she watches our videos before she goes to
Before
sleep.
she falls asleep, yeah. I've had people, when I was like an online person, I had people tell me that they were like, "Yeah, you should do ASMR." But I think all of those people had like crushes on me, so I don't think that's a normal thing to say to somebody.
Ironically, what is it? I listen to you guys' podcast to stay awake when I'm like driving up and down.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What makes you? Is it because we're loud? Are we loud?
No,
Do I edit
'cause-
too loud?
We're pretty high energy.
A little. Yeah, I remember one time I went down to I went up here to go to like a Thai festival. I told you about that, and I was listening to your podcast, and I made Dia inadvertently listen to it too,
Yes.
Nice. Catching them all.
and it was great. I just remember thinking, yeah, it wasn't mixed very well. I remember saying that out loud, and then I remember
Yeah.
she specifically was like, "Can I be a friend?" And then she was like, "You're mixed pretty badly." Like she stole that from me. She's like,
Yeah, no, Dia told me that. It was like the first episode, which is fair because like it was like a different like room that we were in, so like I didn't know how to like edit out the echoes at that point.
Yeah.
you don't have like the wait. What do you add on?
Premiere.
There should be like a noise reduction, like
There
effect.
is, but it doesn't get rid of echo. Like
I mean, you're doing it on Audition. You could also.
I know how to do it now.
Okay. My
Yeah.
bad.
It was a past problem.
It's no longer an issue. At least I hope.
Because originally for this room, there's like no echo because it's all like carpet on the floor and there's so
Yeah.
much like fabric in the room.
And also the room is much smaller. You know,
Yeah.
the
Well,
roof
no,
echo.
the issue is that your apartment is all concrete.
Yeah. So it's like things are just
This room is basically muffled,
yeah,
which is awesome.
which is very dope.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the
Welcome back to the Obligatory
Podcast.
Podcast.
Sorry, we didn't clap.
That was a rough clapping situation. I clapped first, you know, in many ways.
That's true, and I clapped second. I
Yeah.
clapped back. We have a guest today.
Get excited.
Get excited. We have a guest who actually listens to our podcast, which is dope. Oh my god. Julie, tell us about what's going on in the background.
Julie, tell us about...
There's an omen with that. Yeah, so they took down George took down all of his Greek familial heritage in turn for.
Why are you hanging it? Wait,
Why are you hanging it
on
back
that one?
there?
Why not like?
But it doesn't look it doesn't look good.
This
Oh,
nail
it didn't
is,
look good
This
before.
nail is maybe a millimeter off the
You know where
wall,
it looked
Julie.
really good was on the floor. Yeah, it looked good there. That's
Yeah,
true.
we're not. We're filming this back at me and Forrest's like shared house that we both live in.
Yeah, we're roomies.
And yeah, I didn't bring back my decorations for the wall back home because I don't know, I didn't think to do that.
He was in a rush.
Sorry. So now we have like different decorations from like my dad's room and this Joker
This is my favorite right here.
yeah, it's a nice
Picture of George and the bros.
yeah. This is when we went to Greece.
Also, this one too. I don't know who that is.
That's my grandpa. He painted that.
Of course he did.
That's not what he looks like.
No, his head is much smaller.
It looks like those books. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, like with the who was George Washington with like the huge head.
The
Oh, that's your
caricatures.
grandpa, George Washington.
But that's
his
not.
name is George.
But that's not how your
shit.
grandpa looks.
That's how he looked like 20 years ago when he made it.
When I met him and spent a beautiful night with him,
He
Yeah.
lives his glory days in the.
that was not how he looked.
Nah, he's. And then we also have this Joker poster.
Man, this must be awesome for audio listeners.
Yeah, Julie, what's your deal? What's your deal? What's your deal?
What the fuck is your deal?
What's going on with you?
Can you just tell us? Now?
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 I don't know. What is my deal?
That's a deep question.
It kind of is, I guess. I don't know.
You've been so profound lately. Streets are saying that you've been very profound.
I guess my deal is I'm cool. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be more cool as the days go by.
Okay.
I don't know. Recently, I've been really trying to adamant for my birthday party next week.
Oh yeah.
Because
Your deal is that you want to have a birthday party.
yeah, that's my deal. It's
And that
low-key-
also your almost cool.
Yeah.
This is a really good sell for your birthday party.
She's getting cool.
I'm cool, but I'm not cool enough.
Well, I think like once you have this huge blowout birthday party that you're planning on having, then you'll maybe reach cool status.
That's what
Then
I'm
you could be
thinking.
cool.
That's why I need the gratification satisfaction of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you hoping to like kick people out of your party? Because I think that's like when a party gets cool. When like the host has to like yell at
You'd
people.
be like, yo, what the fuck are you?
possible.
Like, you weren't invited. Like, what are you doing here? You gotta get out.
I did do I invited the people I wanted the most so far personally, and then I also got a second invite, which I also personally invite for those people. But then I also posted on my story, so like a lot of different people because I know a lot of different people, so they could come.
Right.
And I'm in between two houses right now because one is like my friend's house on like towards Kroger, and one's my house, and preferably I'd like to throw it at the other person's house because I don't have to buy as much stuff.
I gotcha. Isn't your house also like near a precinct?
Yeah.
Which is terrible for big parties. For
Yeah.
big blowout parties.
Ironically, the person who helped me find that house, I talked to them about parties because they throw parties all the time because they're like the president of
partying.
Yeah, they're the CEO.
Essentially,
They're the president of parties.
The CEO of having a good time.
They're the president of this like Filipino organization on school. So I'm like tight with the Asian people on campus. So
Tight.
Yep, pretty
Super
much.
tight.
And I basically talked to her, and she was like, "Yeah, just like don't make any outside loud noises, and you should be fine."
Indoor voices only.
Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna for space since we're only restricting on the first floor because my roommate. I live on the first floor, but the rest of my roommates live on the second floor. I'm opening my room and then obviously the front patio and maybe like the side of the house. I was thinking about getting like Christmas lights, but again, I don't have to do all that if it's hopefully my friend's house. All I have to do is buy like them toilet paper because people are using their toilet paper, which I can do. I have a Costco membership now. Wait, we have a Costco membership now.
Oh my god, you guys got inspired by a big
double chunk chocolate cookie.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
I think he broke a bone recently.
He broke his foot. Yeah, he's going to be in
Which
recovery
one?
for 7 to 8 weeks before he's able to fight again in the ring.
Which
of course,
one?
Which foot?
No. Which person?
Big AJ.
It's the dad.
AJ.
But Big Justice did
He was
get
in the ring.
He did get in the ring to like tag team with his dad. Big Justice got in the ring and like clotheslined this guy and then just like immediately got back out of the ring.
Big
and then
Justice tackled this professional wrestler to the ground.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, I lost.
and then every once in a while it would cut to like the Rizzler's like live reaction. He would just like look at the camera and do the Riz
because the
face.
Rizzler was at the bell. He was on the bell.
Yeah, which is the most important job.
Yeah.
on the ring. But we're not here today
To talk about the Costco guys, although apparently we could.
I could talk about the Costco guys for days.
Yeah,
Forrest.
and that's a boom.
For days.
These guys-
Boom! Sorry.
Imagine you film at the Costco like food court, like eating a chicken bake.
Or a double chunk chocolate cookie.
Yes.
Julie, some would say that you're like super into movies. That you're maybe a cinephile, if you will. Would you say that's the case? Because that's what I heard from the people I talked to before this episode.
Yeah, I would say like a part of like movies and cinema defined me a little. I would say so.
Okay. And I've also heard that you've maybe worked on a movie or two.
Perhaps.
Is that true, Forrest?
Yeah.
Can you collaborate?
I have heard that you've worked on a movie or two.
Yeah, you maybe did like a poster.
Especially like there's like one really important movie
Yeah, arguably the most important movie.
probably made within the past 10 years.
I'd probably say like 150 years, like for as long as movies have been.
For as long as movies have been a thing, there's one movie that really kind of stands a cut above the rest.
Yes, it's won Oscars.
It's
won Emmys.
It's won Tonys.
It's won Tonys. It won a Grammy.
It won a Grammy. And Julie, I believe you were a part of that.
Maybe.
And what movie are we talking about, Julie?
Ready with me, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
George's Lunch
Food
Food
Review
Review
the movie!
Of course, dedicated fans of the pod. Okay. What did you do when you were hanging these things up?
Okay, that one was already broken.
And why did you do it so poorly?
No, that one was already okay.
Wow, second poster. It was the one that my grandpa painted.
Do you remember when you were bragging about how you were good at this? Because I do, but it doesn't seem like that's truly the case.
If people saw it earlier, it was already kind of broken.
It was a little bit broken, but
but
not broken enough to.
I'm to understand that this was up hanging elsewhere, which means that that wasn't really a problem. And that you're hiding behind falsehoods, lies, and proving that you are a cinephile, someone who loves sins.
Oh, wow. That was good.
That's very,
That was very good. Yeah, you helped out on the glorious George's Lunch Food Review, the movie. You know, fans are still raving about it to this day. What was that process like? What did you do? What did you help out with?
I helped out with the poster. I think I remember you reaching out to me like maybe like a month or two before the premiere.
Yes.
Not a couple days.
One of those strange instances where I was actually on top of shit.
Oh,
with that movie.
That was...
You know, I printed out the poster maybe 2 hours before the premiere.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
He didn't make it to the meal before because he was like, I gotta go print out a poster.
I did make it to the meal. I was just like super late. I was just absurdly late.
Yeah.
Damn. But what is it? I think, I know. You said something about it being like multiversal or something like that?
I think what I wanted to go for with the poster was like the Everything Everywhere All at Once poster where like it's like the cast is like around and like things from the movie are kind of like jumping out and all that. Like I remember I like drew pictures of a bunch of different like props from the movie. Like I drew my chinchilla, I drew like an Arby's bag, I did all that, and then we actually commissioned the wonderful Bella Cratch to illustrate the characters of the movie. She got really sick and could only do 3, unfortunately, but then you stepped in and kind of like, you know, worked your magic. Got the other cast in. They got Forrest on the poster. He looks super cute.
I do.
Oh, and I remember we were on like a FaceTime call when working on it, and you were just like suggesting like ideas for like Forrest being like thinking that he's the main character and all that in the movie, and then like there's paparazzi, but the paparazzi aren't looking at him; they're looking behind him at Kyle, who is like the real like star of the movie. I don't know. It was just genius.
Yeah, the way the poster turned out, I had like so much character just expressed throughout like all the little people in there when it could have just been all the little people in there and we all would have been like happy with it.
Yeah, you elevated. Aren't you? Tell the audience what your major is in college.
Yeah, tell them what your deal is. You didn't do that
at the time. It was like this program called AFO, which is Art Foundations, and I was going in doing communication arts. So. I was going to communication arts, but now I'm a major called kinetic imaging, and I realized that's way more of what I wanted to do, and yeah, like I think it's more digital and comm arts. It's very misleading. The title comm arts or communication arts, and ironically, like half of our friends are like in that major, including your roommate. Yeah, and it's basically just like illustration. But the website said it was illustration and entertainment design, and I want to work in the entertainment business. So I thought, okay, this would be perfect because I want to be like a visual director. Like that's like baseline what I want to be. And it was just me stuck in drawing classes, and I realized like I do not draw. That is not my thing.
Right.
Like ironically, I'm a graphic designer as well, but I don't draw. I just design. I don't graphic. I design.
Hey, it's your passion.
It truly is.
Are you also into like celebrity culture and all that, or what's going on with that?
I mean, if you were to watch a lot of movies, surely you pick up on these actors.
You pick up on some names. You recognize some faces.
I will say yes. It's the price to pay when you're into these movies because, like, to a certain extent, all these movies are like revolve around celebrity culture or like the pulled in that some celebrities bring in, especially speaking of, I watched Wicked yesterday. Okay. And I just watched a video about all like the crazy marketing it's done.
Like when they had the porn website on the dolls.
Which is so fun because I work at Target and we had to do like a massive recall and I just had to return a bunch of those dolls.
Did you take one? Porn included?
No comment.
I would have taken one.
Personally, I would have taken one.
Full honesty here, if I worked at Target, I would have taken one of the dolls that had www.wicked.com on it.
Absolutely.
I just know that whenever we had a doll bring in, all the rest of my coworkers who wasn't working in the same area as me, they'd be like, does it have the website? Does it have the website? And I just point to it and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the website.
And they're like, if you want to go do it, just do it later, I guess. Like,
if you want to go watch porn.
If you want to go to just like www.wicked.com, don't do it at work, don't do it on the clock.
Yeah, like you could do it around Tanya, but not me.
Well, right. Obviously, the George's Lunch Food Review movie has an absolutely perfect cast. Everyone is cast to the fullest extent.
Yeah, you could even say the roles are written for them. Yeah, that's how it feels.
That's how it feels. That's how
beautiful the casting was.
That's how great the casting was. That's how great the writing was. You know?
My god, the writing.
I don't know who wrote the movie.
It's slipping my mind right now, but probably but very talented few people.
Yeah. But they crushed it with that and the casting department. But like, let's play a little bit. Julie, you're really into movies. And you're really into celebrities. And you're really into the George's Lunch Food Review movie.
Super into it. We all know. I heard that you fall asleep watching it.
Obviously, we all know that the George's Lunch Food Review movie is perfect. Or at least the casting is. But that's because, you know, everyone was able to carve out time in their schedule for the absolute, like, Bible that is this movie. But let's say hypothetically that, you know, all the people in the movie, we're all very talented, busy actors. What if we couldn't make it? Who else would have the pleasure of playing, let's say, George Sullivan or Forrest Gonia or goddamn Jack Jaworski?
Yeah.
What other actors do we think are up to the task to play these beloved characters in American fiction?
To be kind of second to us, if you will.
Absolutely.
Because obviously they'll never do it as well, and they'll never really embody a character in the same way that we can and really like match the amount of depth that we reach into and portray on screen.
Yeah.
However, you know, like sometimes you can't get the best one.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to just like do a little thought experiment.
So sometimes you have to settle
for maybe like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as George Sullivan. I don't know.
Well, I don't think anybody would do that.
No, that's not who I put for me. But that's just like
it would work with his contract of not
maybe
losing.
Maybe it's
Derek. Yeah, maybe it's Derek. I mean, listen, I think we just hop right into it. I also have to pull up my list. It's
so both of you made the list.
Yeah, I mean, we each. So for the record, each of us came in here for this episode with a list of every single principal character in the movie. That being George's team, Julio's team, and then Justin and Aveek. So we all have those roles selected.
We all have those. I probably didn't forget about anybody.
I have what is it, like multiple. I have like one person that I'm like this is who I would pick, and then like a couple other people that I'm like, this person could also do like a fine job.
Yeah, I have some runner up and
I don't even a little. I'm just not an actor person. I just don't know about actors. So my search for this was really like thinking about the very shallow pool of actors I know who are probably just the most famous actors on the planet.
I mean, that's what we need, because Julie here, like we'll pull out like niche bumfuck like Stevie Doo ass from like the Big Bucks movie and be like, I think this person would be great for Aveek, and then like, you know, me, I watch movies, so like my what did you think? Am I on the money with that one?
That's fucking crazy.
What is it? I don't really know celebrities like that, but I know like movies. I like watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of shows. So like my process for this was thinking like, what movies do I like?
I gotta show you my search history after this episode.
I actually talked to Caleb yesterday about some of these picks. He's big fans of some of them. Some of them he's a little bit.
I should have talked to Caleb. Fuck.
Yeah.
I was texting him when I did this.
I was actually calling Elizabeth yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we start with George, end with Julio. We start with George, go through the list, end with Julio. So George Sullivan, right? The leading man, the golden boy of the George's Lunch Food Review cinematic universe. He is cocky. He is arrogant. He spends most of the movie with his head up his own ass, thinking that he's right about everything, and that everyone else is like beneath him. The idea behind George is that he was the most annoying person on the planet. But then by the end of the movie, he learns to change. He grows through the warmth of his friends and the support of his fans.
Yeah.
What actors do we think could bring that level of performance to the role? I think we'll start off with me. Okay. I had a few ideas for this one. While I went into this like whole cast for the most part being gender and race blind. I just wanted to like really find.
Well, with some characters, it really matters. Like there are lines about George being Greek.
Yes, George does not have to be a black person. He just has to be Greek.
Nothing about his character is black even a little bit.
but
He's pretty fucking Greek.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find any Greek actors that like really stuck out to me. The only person that I like found a little bit that was like half black, half Greek was this basketball player named Giannis, aka the Greek Freak. Now, I think he's a very charming guy.
There's a lot of really good basketball player actors.
Yeah, like LeBron James.
I
am so upset that I actually didn't put on this list. Shaquille O'Neal, yes, he was in Shaq Fu. But I don't think Giannis is the perfect person to play him.
No, he's not ready yet.
No.
Not ready for a demanding role like George Sullivan.
I was trying to think who could bring the level of swagger necessary to play George Sullivan. Could it be Lakeith Stanfield, who plays Darius in Atlanta?
Oh.
I've seen him in a lot of movies. He's very talented.
He's a really good actor.
I think he's one of the like up and comers right now. He is getting bigger and bigger, but he doesn't have that boyish charm that I think is necessary for George Sullivan. Then I thought Idris Elba for like maybe 4 seconds.
That's just fucking insane.
The person that I settled on was a young man named Justin Smith. Justice Smith. Sorry. Justice Smith is the lead in Detective Pikachu. He was recently in the new D&D movie. And I think I don't know. Maybe it's because like we're both biracial like actors, but like I see a lot of myself in him. You know, I feel like he could be molded to play the perfect George Sullivan. You know, I was very impressed with his role in Detective Pikachu. I saw that and was like,
human?
He was the human. Ryan Reynolds was Pikachu.
Yes.
And Justice Smith was Red.
He did pretty well.
Yeah, I thought, wow, this is literally me. I would love for him to play me in a movie.
Man, I would have Pikachu and Ryan Reynolds would annoy me. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he could play very cocky, like very arrogant, but also very like understanding and able to grow and learn.
Right.
Like,
which are your two modes.
Yes, in the movie those are the two like personalities.
In real life, those are your two modes as well.
Yeah. That's who I have. Who would like to... Julie? Julie seems very excited.
Julie, pull up a list.
I got 4 people for you.
Okay, I have Google ready for me to Google.
Oh, I have their pictures.
Oh,
okay.
You know, I almost came in here with a slideshow presentation.
Me too.
Wow,
really?
you guys did so much more.
Okay, so who I have for my 3rd or 4th runner-up is Chase Perdomo.
Oh yeah.
From Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and also Gen V, R.I.P. He was a very great actor. Yeah. I grabbed these photos in specific because he looks very similar to your hair.
He does. George put a picture of all the actors on screen.
Yeah. And I thought he would look great. He has like the charismatic charm in Gen V and also Sabrina, but also has like the demanding like lead charm to him. Yeah. And I feel like it'd be great for you.
He has very good leading man energy, which I think is very important.
And then
especially for George.
I also put their ages because
I didn't consider age.
I also was age blind.
Yeah, I was age blind, race blind, gender blind.
I mean, age doesn't really factor much in the movie, so it wouldn't really matter.
Age is just a number. Would you say
like,
you agree with that?
Yeah. My 2nd runner-up was Justice Smith.
Okay, I thought we would have
Ironically, what is it? Elizabeth recommended him, but I was like, crap, I can't use him now. Because Elizabeth suggested him, and I was like, I'll put him as a 2nd runner-up because, there's one photo.
Yeah, that looks exactly like me.
Oh my god.
One photo of him, and it looked good. And also this clip from I Saw the TV Glow, it was just really great.
I still haven't seen that.
It's good. It has nothing to do with who you are as a person. Okay. But it's still a great movie with Justice Smith in it. But yeah, there's one photo, if he'll show it. It looks exactly like George. And then who I have for my 2, which tied for me, is Miles Brown and Miles Fowler.
Who's that?
Miles
that
Brown.
guy looks so familiar. He looks like
a Disney actor.
So Miles Brown is from Blackish, and Miles Fowler is from Bottoms.
Oh, yeah, I love the Bottoms.
Yeah, he has like the funny charm and also just the wit that would fit you so perfectly. And he also is like, supporting to like Nicholas's character in Bottoms. But I think he also, I just took a glance at him. I was like, this is you, bro. This is you.
Dude, that guy is such a meat writer in that movie. It's so fucking funny.
It's perfect.
It's perfect because in George's Lunch Food review of the movie, you really are writing your own meat.
Yeah.
In a way that like nobody else could ever possibly match.
Exactly.
So that's why that would work. Julie, could you do me a favor and pull up the list that I sent you?
Oh yeah, sure.
So that I can Because obviously I have it all memorized, but, you know, I have, like, some, like, notes or whatever.
Do you actually have notes?
No, well, yes, because I don't know who actors are.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I live extremely famous people.
I was thinking of... Okay.
Don't peek at the list, Julie.
Julie,
Okay,
this list is for me and me alone.
My bad.
For you, oh, man, this is going to be a rough name. His name is Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis? Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows it from Hangover, obviously.
Yeah, from Hangover. He was the Joker in the Lego Batman movie.
He was. And, you know, for him, I was like, this guy plays, in a lot of his movies, like, I think he has enough range to where he can really do what your role requires, which is, of course, very challenging, which is a normal amount of growth for a role.
I mean, I worked for months.
You worked for months to get there,
and that level of humanness.
Yeah, and he plays, like, a lot of the times he will play like someone who's kind of bumbling and like unaware of what's going around him socially.
Yeah,
and that is pretty to a T of what's going on with your shit. Of course, he is a Greek comedic actor.
Yes, that's
so
fantastic. Neither of our characters.
He does need to be Greek, and I figured you might as well actually represent the role with somebody who properly represents the role.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that like that name crossed my mind, but I guess I don't know. I guess I tried to go for race blindness, but like.
But you can't always be, you know, you have to open your eyes at some point.
Yeah.
To the world.
You're the woke one in this trio of obligatory podcast.
Sure. One friend that's too woke.
Yeah, let's move on to the best friend character in the movie, to George Sullivan. Mm-hmm. You know, the charming lad, you know, the perfect, you know, savior guy.
Yes.
You know, Johnny Hanford. Now for this one, I went first last time. Who would like to start the Johnny train off?
Okay.
It seems like Forrest wants.
Or you can. I don't care. You know, whoever wants to go first can go first.
Go ahead.
But personally, Johnny is Chris Evans.
Yeah.
For me, I was thinking about like that kind of like very clean white guy situation that Johnny has going on.
Oh yeah, that situation he has going on.
That whole situation that Johnny gives off where he's like super well-kept white guy who like looks like he's gonna be a Republican in the movie, you know? That's like his vibe in the movie. And he works out, he's fit, he runs, and Johnny's affinity for Captain America must not be lost on us.
No, I mean, that guy is Captain America incarnate. Now, here's a question that I want to ask you, Forrest. Would Chris Evans have the mustache?
Would Chris Evans have the Johnny Hanford mustache?
No, the Chris Evans mustache, where it's like you know what I'm talking about, like the handlebar that he had for like maybe a year.
The Gray Man?
Yeah, for the Gray Man. Would he have that mustache?
Well, no.
Okay.
But he'd have Johnny's beard.
Okay.
And he'd have one less dick pic up on Instagram.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Julie, what do you got for John Dog?
So
Johnny, he's quite the person. He's a very particular type of person. And in the movie it's the same way.
Absolutely.
Where he really like, I think a lot of the people you can sub out a lot of actors, but
so I also have 3 people for this one, or at least one big one and the 2 runner-ups. Who I first immediately thought of when I was looking at Johnny. I also like had a song play and repeat for each person to channel me in.
Interesting.
I will probably pull up that play. You want to play it right now?
You should tell us the songs.
I mean, what song did you have for me?
Also for me. Okay. And also the other people, I guess.
Well, so you can say who you had for, like, what song you had for me, and then go into your pick for Johnny.
Yeah.
So
and then also me.
Ironically, I was already listening to this. I was already listening to this song right before I was starting it, but I was listening to the Across the Spider-Verse Start a Band score by Daniel Pemberton. I saw that live. That was really good. And then what I had for Johnny was Crushed by Duckworth.
Okay. Interesting.
I just shuffled and I was like, what fits? And I was like, okay, that's perfect. Because he plays like the heartthrob in the movie.
That's
but the first person I thought of was Dacre, pronounce his name wrong. Dacre Montgomery.
Dacre Montgomery.
The guy from Stranger Things.
Oh, interesting.
That's interesting.
I'm saying his name wrong. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, I immediately thought of him, and these are the 2 photos that resembled Johnny to me in the slightest. He's just known as like the hottest white dude around on Netflix, so I thought that would be perfect.
Cool.
I should have thought of Outer Banks, but
did you like try to go for looks when it came to actors, or did you like go?
No,
for vibes?
I went for vibes and also looks, because most of the time I went by like what looks kind of visually the best, and also I kind of factored in like what if they could play the character well, but mainly looks. jokes. I didn't race blind any of these people.
Okay, that's fair.
That's absolutely fair. I think that Outer Banks would have been a good call.
I was about to say
the guy who plays the lead, whatever the fuck his name is.
Hey, don't even worry about it.
I don't know what his name is.
Do you remember when Outer Banks came out?
Oh, Johnny was obsessed.
Johnny watched it all in like a day, and he was
sense.
like, "This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life."
Yeah, I tried watching it after. It wasn't really my thing.
I watched it after, and I was like, it took me like a few weeks, but I was like, it was pretty good, Johnny.
Yeah, and then I watched it and I was like, Johnny, I can't do this.
Can't keep defending it.
The guy's from Uglies, like the main guy. He's in the movie Uglies with Joey King.
Yeah, I saw Uglies. Yeah, but I watched it with you. My stupid ass.
I fell asleep during it.
Doesn't I heard that the entire cast of Outer Banks, like, they fucking hate each other. Like, they can't do scenes.
Really?
No, yeah,
together.
they needed stunt doubles just to cuddle.
Yeah, because they couldn't, like, physically be near each other. That's how, like, repulsive
What
they
the fuck
found each
happened
other.
back scenes?
I don't know. I saw something about, like, how Madeline Klein's, like, the way better actor doing some actual stuff, while, like, two people had to be, like, stunt doubles just to do a cuddle scene.
Mm.
But for my second runner-up, I had Logan Lerman.
Logan Lerman, that name is familiar. What is
Percy Jackson, Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yes. Very familiar.
And also very, very much everyone's white boy of the month for the entire years to come. But it's valid. Logan Lerman. Look at him. He looks basically like Johnny.
That's true.
He does look a lot like Johnny. Johnny, it's just this archetype of handsome white guy with brown hair.
Yeah, like brown, like kind of wavy hair.
Yeah.
He also has the vibe that he's a secret Catholic, so I'd like to. But Johnny's not very secret.
He's not secret at all.
But he has that vibe about Logan Lerman. But who I have for my first and overall pick is this guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He is from Girl Meets World.
You gotta say his name.
Uriah Shelton.
Like, look at this photo right here. That's basically Johnny.
that's a pretty Johnny outfit. It's a pretty Johnny.
And I don't know if you can see that, but
I'm
sorry. Turning around,
Julie, I will
phone
post
to
these
camera was crazy.
I'll put these pictures on the screen for the audience. Don't you even worry.
Okay, cool. Basically, yeah, this dude's from Girl Meets World, and also a movie I watched with Elizabeth called Freaky, and with another person I casted for someone else in the movie.
Okay.
Or from Hughes. And basically, it's a body swap movie. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I casted him because he's also younger than the other two, I think. Yeah. Okay. And also, he just looks like Johnny to me. He also has like that. Again, this just photo right here is just perfect. It kind of captured my eye on that.
It's kind of captured my eye too. I'm not
the guy captures your eye. I mean, that's Johnny.
Well, for me, I was trying to go for like who could bring like the level of charm that Johnny has, as like the perfect golden boy, beach boy kind of. That's kind of what I was going for, and also someone who's like super handsome, because that's kind of like one of Johnny's main bits is that everyone finds him so viscerally attractive throughout the movie. So I thought, who's the hottest actor that I can think of? Dev Patel.
No, for sure. Yeah, for
it is hard. It's just so funny to cast.
But then I thought, I don't know if he'd really be able to bring it. Like I watched him in Green Knight. He was excellent in Green Knight, but I just don't see.
Have you seen Monkey Man?
I have not. I want to.
It's good.
I've heard. So yeah, that was the first like person that popped into my brain for Johnny. But then I quickly moved on to the lead from Outer Banks, Chase Stokes.
Chase Stokes, I mean, that's a Johnny name.
I don't know if Johnny has a kin list.
Right.
But I feel like if there were to be a kin list, Chase Stokes
he's up there.
What's his name in Outer Banks? JoJo?
It's some acronym. It's some letters.
God, who cares?
Probably
JJ.
That's the one thing I don't know.
No, JJ's someone else. Well, who cares?
I don't give a shit.
JB?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's what it is.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I think Chase Stokes would be able to basically just do the Johnny.
Yeah.
But I thought who could elevate the Johnny to like a level that Johnny does, or close to a level. But then I thought like, God, why am I thinking too hard? Why not just pick White Guy of the Year, Timothée Chalamet?
It's a different kind. It's a different kind of man.
You think it's too much?
It's too much star power.
Well, that's good because I didn't actually pick him.
Oh, thank God.
Good.
The actual person that I have definitively decided would be the perfect Johnny captures the essence of Beach Boy to a T.
Oh God.
A teen beach movie, if you will. Motherfucking Ross Lynch. Now that guy is charming.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
That guy loves the beach.
He does.
He was in Teen Beach Movie. Yeah. And that guy can sing. That guy can play the guitar, which Johnny does. I don't know. I think Ross Lynch has what it takes to almost.
That's some real Johnny potential.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I also have Ross Lynch casted in one of these two.
Wait, really?
Really? But not Johnny?
Really? Wait.
That's not Johnny, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
Okay.
We'll wait and see, guys. You'll see. Just listen. Keep on listening to find out.
Well, we'll move on. Jack Jaworski. Jack Jaworski had so much to play with in this movie, and he did such a stellar job. He was not only the manliest person in the cast. He was also going through an anti-vegan arc where he was,
a rough arc for him, indeed.
Yeah, where he was learning to like try to elevate his manliness to like the next degree by like only eating meat and only eating animal products, but in the end, revealing that like he loves vegetables. Yeah, he loves fruits. He loves ligaments. He loves all of that. That's not what the term for peanut is. I meant legumes. Right? I don't know why I said ligaments.
Ligaments is meat.
I meant legumes. That's my bad. Yeah, and on top of that, also being just the most controversial person on the cast. Yeah, I really liked playing with the idea of like everyone being like on edge when Jack was around, because it's like we don't know like what controversy he's gonna get us into next.
Yeah, that was one of the more fun parts of the movie.
But like never actually like touching with it. So Julie, we'll start with you this time. What kind of ideas did you have for this Jack Jaworski guy?
So, if I knew we were, I should have thought. I immediately thought of Carl Urban.
Did you?
I mean, yeah.
It's kind of obvious, but I wanted to steer away from that.
His like favorite actor, Carl Urban.
But he looks like him sometimes, so I'm like, and also he's dressed like Billy. I had to inspect everyone's Instagrams to really get everyone's face.
Oh, so you saw Jack's like Billy. Billy Butcher costume
as
but I also have 3 people for him too.
Yeah, I have 3 people for everyone. Great, except for the last 2.
This one was like, not because Jack is, but I hate this guy's face so much. Or at least I don't know, he gives me such an ick vibe. But I just saw him as like, he kind of would be perfect for Jack. Okay. And it's for third runner-up, it's Jack Griffo from the Thunderman.
From the Thunderman. That is an absolutely generational point. Wow, that's not even the one you went with.
No.
And that's in 3rd place.
Yeah, I think you can pull it off. Look at that.
Wow. Hold on. I saw this guy perform live.
Where?
Yeah, at the TX2 concert. He was the opening. He
does music?
He has a band.
I believe that.
Yeah, he has a band, and I saw me and Elizabeth.
Any good?
He was pretty good. The kids in the audience were loving it.
Yeah.
They were raving over him.
He's coming from Thunderman fame.
Yeah, that's true. He's from the Thunderman family.
He's a fucking superhero.
But, yeah, I think just his photo here really brings it in. He has like somewhat of the charm, and also he plays like an evil character in the Thunderman, so he could play like the contradicting like Duragnus character. And then who I have for a second, ironically, I casted him for another character too. Okay. But I have Jarod Lewitson from
Jarod Lewitson
from Never Have I Ever.
I've never seen that.
Never have I ever seen that either.
He's basically he plays like a nerd in there, but he can play very arrogant and very like very conflicting character against the main character, or at least like a little fun like class clown or something like that. Where basically I feel like it could fit Jack very well.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then who I have for first, it might surprise you, but I chose Nick Robinson from Love, Simon.
Okay.
Because he has that rugged look about him.
Sure.
And I imagined him with sunglasses, and I feel like that's just Jack.
I wonder if when you're looking at Jack's Instagram, you're seeing like long-haired Jack.
Oh,
which is a different Jack.
A different beast than skinhead
Which is
Jack.
A much different Jack than we had in the movie. We had Proud Boy Jack.
And plus, I feel like Nick Robinson, it'd be fun to like subvert his normal roles, to try someone as just like so like obstructive, or just like so very different from his old characters, because he's very much like a rom-com and also very like sweet loving character. Now he's gonna flip it where he's like an anti-vegan hateful character.
No, I think it's important for actors to be challenged with roles. I think it's easy to go with like the super obvious choices, but you know there is something to say about like choosing an actor to like really see if they could like bring something new to the table in their whole discography. And that's really what we tried to go for with the George's Lunch Food Review movie. You know, everyone in the cast like had such challenging, tough roles, you know, to bring to the screen. And And by God, did they do it.
Oh,
by
wow.
God, did
I
they
mean,
do
seriously, an incredible movie to watch on YouTube if you haven't already.
it. Yes, the link will be in the description, I'm sure.
I mean,
Almost
wow.
close to 400 views. Come on, guys, pull it through.
Wow.
A sleeper hit, to be sure. Forrest, who do you have for Jack? I think we know Jack very well, so I think, like...
I mean, when I think about Jack, I think about, like, who he would want to be played by.
Yeah.
And... I instantly thought Carl Urban.
Yeah.
And then I thought that you would choose him.
Okay.
So I didn't choose him.
Okay, that's
exactly
really
what I would
unfortunate because I thought that the same thing, so I didn't go with Carl.
I think we all
Okay.
thought that.
I mean, yeah.
And so I went with basically Carl Urban, but again, I went with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
some people would say that
that's a very good choice.
Carl Urban is like Hugh Jackman 2.0. Like, that's what...
Yeah, they're the same of each other.
Yeah.
To me. And, you know, because Hugh Jackman, he's playing this, like, rugged, manly, kind of troubled, like, Wolverine character very famously. Obviously, he plays other characters, too. But
basically typecasting Hugh Jackman.
I'm absolutely typecasting Jack for Hugh Jackman here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's one particular, like, scene in the movie that really makes me think about Hugh Jackman, or Wolverine particularly, which is the fight scene when
Yes.
Jack goes kind of animalistic on Sam.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I remember him, like, suggesting to us to, like, have him bust out his, like, real-life Wolverine claws that Jack has. You know, he, like, showed them to us. Like, he ripped them out of his skin, and he was like, can I use these? And we were like,
Whoa,
fuck
Jack,
no.
put that away.
Put that away, Jack.
You really shouldn't have that on camera. People shouldn't know about that. Did you see what happened in the Marvel Universe? It's not gonna go well, man.
It sounds like a rewritten story right now. A little parallel.
But yeah, I think that he plays someone who, like, knows how to struggle with himself, but also portrays, like, manliness, which is, to me, what Jack's character was to a T.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I kind of went in a similar direction, you know. Obviously, I also thought Carl Urban.
Yeah.
And while I do think Carl Urban is, like, an inspired choice to play Jack, I do, like, a little bit, I want, like, to see an actor, like, maybe be challenged a little bit with the role of, you know, Jack Jaworski. So, of course, I thought Carl Urban.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe, just maybe, John Boyega. John Boyega.
Who is that?
I completely forgot you're doing Explain.
Finn from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was also in that one Agatha Christie movie.
Yeah, I think it'd be really interesting to see John Boyega's take, because, like, he always plays a very, like, you know, morally sound person, but Jack in the movie is not a morally sound person. At least that's what everyone keeps saying.
He
over
believes
and over
that he's
and over
morally
again.
sound.
Yeah, so he could play that, like, level of not arrogance, but, like, naivete that I think is required to play the role of Jack. But then I thought, wait a minute, Jack loves to wrestle. Jack was wrestling
so much
in high school,
if you will. Yes.
Thank you, Forrest. And so I thought, you know, who's like the manliest person that I can think of from the WWE?
Oh, okay.
And at first I thought Rhea Ripley, who is
I
you
don't
know
who that is.
she's like just like the biggest, like, wrestler right now.
Oh, we're gender blinding this too?
I gender blinded this one because I thought it would be interesting to have, like, a female play, like, a very masculine, like, role.
Yeah.
So I think that she would do a great job. I don't know if she's acted before, but I think she has what it takes to, like, you know, hop into this one. But then I thought, no, the obvious answer is there. When it comes to WWE and manly buff wrestlers who are a little bit naive, but, like, can bring a level of charm necessary for Jack Jaworski.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's John
Big
Cena.
AJ.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Nah. I almost
John Cena.
I almost put the Rizzler down for 1/2 characters.
Dude, end it all.
But yeah, I think John Cena, you know, when I think about the fight scene, one scene or line that really, like, pops into my head is when Jack, like, when Julio says, I'm the bomb.com, and Jack Jaworski, like, is summoned with his shirt off and he goes, what the fuck did you say about bombing my mom? I think John Cena
would kill that shit.
John Cena would kill that shit.
That.
The entire audience would just, like, erupt.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Laughter.
Have you seen Jackpot?
No, I haven't.
That's the movie with Awkwafina in it.
Oh, then I don't want to watch it.
No, he's really funny in that one.
All right. Up next, we have the co-director of the George's Lunch Food Review movie. He's the editor in the movie. His role, he does a lot, he's kind of in the background, but I think, with the right actor, he can be the most powerful character of them all.
Absolutely.
That's Caleb.
He's kicking away the competition.
That's Caleb Wade. I think I can start with this one. When I talked to Caleb last night about like who he would want or who he would think would play him in a movie, immediately he said Michael Cera. And I think
it's a good choice. People are saying it's a good choice.
I think it's too good of a choice.
That is exactly my thinking. I think Michael Cera would have too easy of a time playing Caleb Wade in a way that would kind of make the role a little bit boring in my eyes, maybe, because it would just be like, I mean, Caleb Wade and Michael Cera are both the same type of people.
Yeah, they even look alike.
Like they do look a little bit alike. So I wanted to try getting my noggin working. So the other person that I thought could play a kind of small, kind of like very nerdy, technical guy is a little young up and comer named Ian Armitage.
Oh my god!
Actually, that'd be really great.
Ian Armitage definitely going to be one of the biggest stars on the planet. So I'm thinking, what would be good for this reboot movie? Trying to get him on now before the water is hot, and before he's like untouchable. Now, of course, this is a golden script. Ian Armitage will say yes whenever he wants, but I want to be safer than sorry. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think Ian Armitage, he would be great.
He killed it in Young Sheldon, to be clear.
He did kill it in Young Sheldon.
He's killed it throughout his whole career, showing that he's a multi-talented, also someone who has practiced martial arts.
That's true. That is
true. Which is something that he could understand about Caleb's character at a very deep level.
My mom's friend met Ian Armitage at Tyson's Corner.
Whoa!
Yeah. He lives in Arlington.
He lives in Arlington. And
dude, we should stake him out.
I'm sure he's going to be around for Christmas. I'm down to go there, sun up to sundown, waiting for Ian Armitage.
I'm actually going to Tyson's Corner later.
I was stuck between Ian Armitage and this other person, Jack Quaid, who plays Huey in The Boys. But as I was talking about Ian Armitage, I thought, no, I want him.
I was about to say.
Yeah, you want Ian.
I want Ian Armitage.
They're in the same realm, but still different people.
I also like the idea that he would stay 16.
Oh, yeah.
Because, the rest of these characters, we kind of have to adjust them down. Because it's supposed to be a senior year of high school, basically.
Yeah. We don't have to
do that for him.
I mean, ideally, I would want, young Sheldon, season 1 young Sheldon to play the role of Caleb Wade, because that's when he was his most talented.
That would be the most hilarious.
That would be the funniest to watch, but unfortunately, we don't have...
actually, funnily, I don't think it would even take you out of the movie.
I don't think...
To be honest with you, I think that if it was never addressed that there's a 6-year-old in the room, people would just be like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
It's John Cena, talking to, little Ian Armitage, so what did you think, Caleb?
Personally, I think immersion's there.
That's basically Fred.
That is basically Fred. Yeah.
I mean, for my pick, I had Michael Cera.
Okay. Can you defend it?
I can defend it. He's perfect.
There's
not more. He's perfect for the role. I understand.
You can't break.
I understand that you're coming at it from an actor point of view, and you're thinking about the actors as well. I'm thinking purely about the actors in the role, not how they would feel about the role.
Okay.
Not any of that. I don't care about how they would personally feel about the role.
That's fair. I
care about how they would do in the role, and I clearly Michael Cera knows how to do Caleb. Right? He's been inspired by Caleb Wade since 2004.
Oh yeah, I remember Michael Cera in an interview saying that Caleb Wade was actually one of his biggest inspirations for how he plays himself in like Superbad, for example, or Scott Pilgrim, for example, or the Lego Batman movie. Again, we got another Lego Batman guy in the mix. Up next,
Whoa.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Slow
Julie.
your roll, George Sullivan.
I'm so sorry, Julie.
We have a very important guest on today.
God,
and some people have to let her speak.
Can I issue my public apology right now live?
No.
Okay.
Can you stop being weird about it?
Yeah, you rams.
So I think I also have 3 people. Some of these people don't have 3, so bear with me. My third runner-up, I did it because I think the first person is way better. You're going to laugh at the second one. Who I had for my third was, I think... Fuck, I can't pronounce it. Judah Lewis.
Judah Lewis.
Judah loses.
Judah Lewis. What's he from? He looks very familiar.
He is from the Babysitter movies.
Oh, sure. Okay.
The one that also had Jenna Ortega in it, and he looks way hotter now. But now, when he's a kid,
which is important when you're playing Caleb. You guys, sexy piece of ass.
But like. We'll show the picture. But in these old photos of him back in the Babysitter movies, like if you slap those framed glasses on him, he looks like Caleb.
Yeah, no, that he does look a lot like Caleb in this picture.
He looks similar, yeah.
He also, I think he acts like very much like the nerd, like introverted type. I don't know. That's not exactly Caleb, but I think he could play Caleb.
That's similar to what Caleb plays in the movie, though. I don't think. I think actually most characters in the movie are very similar to the people that they were played with, obviously.
Yeah, for the most part.
But I think Caleb is one of the most different.
Mm-hmm. And then I think he also is like into action stuff, his characters, so I think it worked same. And also he could play like the wretched unpaid actor or unpaid
intern kind of role.
I feel like he could play that. And you're gonna laugh at this. Who I had for a second is Bo Burnham. Because he can just look at his face, he can play him.
Oh no, that guy
Bo Burnham would actually do a really, really good job as Caleb Wade.
I agree.
Unfortunately, that guy doesn't act anymore.
No, it's unfortunate.
But I think we could get him back for a movie this big.
He was in Promising Young Woman.
He was what?
He was in Promising Young Woman.
That's true.
I didn't see that.
It's like same director as Sullivan.
Oh, okay.
But he's really good in that, and I feel like he could play him perfectly. Just looking at him, and also from what I've seen of him, he could play Caleb very perfectly.
Yeah, Caleb also, if a piano is around, will be playing the piano.
That's true.
Very similar to Bo Burnham, who famously plays piano when they're around.
He does do that.
And also, he directed a movie called Eighth Grade.
That's one of my favorite.
It's a really good movie.
That's one of my favorite movies.
And that could be Caleb Wade one day being a director.
I believe it.
Absolutely.
And then who I have for first from another Emerald Furrow movie is Irwin Mitchell from Saltburn and also House of Dragon.
Okay, defend this one.
Yeah, this is a rough pick, I'll be honest.
I don't know, he was the first person I thought of when I thought like white nerd. And I don't know, he also has if you've seen Saltburn, he has the demeanor of like just a person who just like wants to be like along with the group but isn't.
No.
Interesting. Well, I mean, that's interesting because we're going to be recasting Justin, who's
perfect for that.
Whose whole bit is that he's like wanting to join both of these teams and neither of them want them. Mm-hmm. But I do think it's an interesting...
He's second to the main character in the movie, or at least he's not like a big character, but he's played second to the main character in the movie. Mm-hmm. He's an incel. That's what I can say.
Okay.
Okay. So now I understand more where it's coming from.
He's insult-like. He's not a complete insult shown, but yeah.
Let's just keep going on with George's team. Forrest Gonia.
Oh, whoa! What?
Forrest Gonia by far was like the toughest one to find a person for. Like I have like 5 people here. Like at first I had like 3 names for almost every single person, and Forrest was empty. And then I started like thinking about, okay, who do I think could like pull up the level of comedic genius that is the Forrest Gonia character, you know, thinking that he's the main character of like his own show, and this whole like food review feud is nothing but like a B plot going on in the background.
Yeah.
And then at the very end being like, no, this whole thing was actually about me and I'm the one who learned the lesson here.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out like who could bring that. Could it be Bo Burnham?
Did you really put down Bo Burnham?
I did put down Bo Burnham.
I do have a singing part in the movie.
That's true. That inspired me a little bit, but ultimately I threw that out because I also had Ben Platt on here, and I know that.
You know, okay. Originally, I put down Ben Platt for Justin's character.
Really?
Because I was like, do you know how funny it would be if you were watching a movie and then Ben Platt shows up and he's supposed to look like a teenager, but he looks like 30.
Oh yeah,
and everyone's like, dude, what are you doing here? And he's like, sorry guys.
He's first in the song.
Yeah, those were 2 of the people that I thought of because they both do have a musical background, and I also think at least Bo Burnham, I think he's very funny, and I think he could pull off the like trying to break the 4th wall, but like missing it entirely.
Yeah, breaking a fake 4th wall.
Yeah, a 4th wall in his mind, but not the actual 4th wall that's like actually there.
Bo Burnham definitely inspired a lot of my like comedic style. I think I watched him a lot when I was younger.
I also thought Andy Samberg. could be a great choice. You know, I thought he could play goofball supreme, which is kind of what Forrest is in the movie a little bit.
Yeah.
I was just listening to Sushi Glory Hole on the way.
I'm a goofball that has no idea what the fuck I'm goofing off about.
But then I thought like there is like a level of sarcasm and like slight dickishness to Forrest throughout the movie, where he does like if you think George thinks he's above everyone, Forrest in the movie.
George's small potatoes.
Compared to Forrest's huge potato.
Like gargantuan potatoes of ego.
Have you seen that one? He hosted the Emmys once or Golden Globes once, and he did like this whole montage of singing and watching all these TV shows, and I feel like that's perfect for Forrest.
I don't know. I don't know
who you're talking about.
It's so niche. I love that little opening montage with Andy Samberg in it. I love Andy Samberg.
I also have Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz was the first person I thought of. Right now, he's the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Oh, that.
He was also in Parks and Recreation a little bit. He had a small niche role. But then I was super inspired by looking at the Scott Pilgrim cast.
Oh my god.
By a nice young man named Kieran Culkin.
When you said that, I already clicked in my head.
It's pretty good, right? It's a good
choice. I like it.
In that movie, he plays like sarcastic, like quippy guy who like throws out the like wit and he'll like shoot you down and make you like feel bad about yourself. And then like, I think he has what it takes to like do that and then look into a pretend camera and go, "Did you see that, you guys?" And then, and then everyone's looking at him like, "What the
fuck are you talking about? There's no camera."
There's no camera. What are you talking about? Yeah, and I would pay thousands to see Kieran Culkin in the plot armor shirt from the end of the movie, which is by far one of the funniest things I have ever written in my entire life.
Yeah,
that's actually a really good casting.
And Caleb did a fantastic job on the shirt. We like would spend like time together like ironing shirts. Like he would be ironing shirts while I'm like working on other parts of the movie, because there was another part where like someone's wearing like a #1 George's Lunch Review fan shirt, and he like spent like it was like right before actually I left for college, and he was like up at like 3 a.m. just like fucking ironing a shirt.
we did weird shit for that movie at weird times.
Yeah, I mean we don't have to get into it now, but it was we almost like canceled that movie like maybe 8 times.
Easily.
Easily. Kieran Culkin. Forrest Gonia. Yes, please.
Wow. What do you think, Julie?
I think that's really great. I think that's a great casting for Kieran Culkin. Because when you said Scott Pilgrim, I was like, wait, that's fucking perfect as fuck. Mine... Oh my god, where are you?
He was also in Succession.
Oh god, I forgot I put you for this one. I also have 3 for this one too.
Fantastic.
The second person's the funniest. I don't know why I inadvertently did that. Who I have for third is Joel Courtney from The Kissing Booth.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So now you have to explain it.
I don't know. He just has that vibe about him. And also he's quippy in the movie. He's a fun little side character in this movie called Players with Gina Rodriguez in it. I genuinely like that movie. And he can play you. You're a little silly. He can sing, I think. And he seems like perfect. He also has the same like, I don't know, facial ratio.
Yeah, a little bit.
I kind of went basic, mainly off base. The second one, I think you're gonna hate me for.
Exciting.
I'm excited for it.
Getting Maserati.
That guy's so talented.
No, he'd be perfect. And also, he grew up on Broadway doing theater and singing.
Dude, I grew up doing theater.
And I think he should have been my first one, not gonna lie. But I think he would be great for you. Also, the age is perfect. And he can sing. He can also he's a funny character in Stranger Things. Yeah. I think he's just perfect.
Yeah.
I would be honored if Dayton portrayed me.
Yeah, like maybe in a young Forrest show.
Maybe? Many people are saying that a young Forrest show would be a genius concept.
And then who did you have as #1?
It's a repeat. It's this guy again, Jaron Lewitson.
Okay.
I think I realized it. He kind of has the same also facial ratio too, and he also has the beard.
Yeah, Forrest is...
In the movie, I'm beardless.
Well, he doesn't have a beard in the movie, yeah.
He also is beardless in the show.
Oh, okay, well, this guy has the capability to shave?
He's multifaceted. He could be...
Wow.
He could be shaved if he really wanted to.
He could play Jack, and it's like a theater production where they didn't have enough people to cast. He could play both.
That would be so fun.
I personally prefer the second choice. I think it's more inspired, but I don't think this is a bad one at all.
Game Maserati.
Ending off the George team, we have Derek Webb. Now, Derek was by far the fan favorite character leaving the premiere. To me's kind of scratching my head a little bit. I don't know. So Derek's character. Derek's character is like kind of the stereotype of like white kid who tries like really hard to like be into like hip hop culture and black culture. He's like a sneakerhead and all that, and everyone around him just kind of accepts that he's black for some reason. It's very confusing.
No. I have such massive problems with Derek's character that I expressed before, during, and after the movie.
and then
Derek's character is just racist. Derek's character is basically just a white guy convinced that he's a black guy. That's his entire. There's nothing deeper than that.
But then halfway through the movie, he changes into a white person and he starts wearing around like ties and bow ties, and he starts saying "my pleasure," and then at the end of the movie, he accepts that he is who he is, and he's going back to the hood to like become Batman. I don't know, definitely the strangest character.
For all like you could be Batman.
Let's start off with Forrest. Why don't you start us off?
Everybody knows my biggest problem with Derek.
Yeah,
Derek's character.
Yes,
is that it's a white guy trying to be black.
Yeah?
I think this is one of those situations where we just have to get rid of that.
Okay.
And I don't know, some people could call this an overcorrection, but I'm calling it Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Personally, I think that we need somebody who is a figurehead of the black community, of like black actors. Like, when people think of black actors, a lot of what they think of is Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we need to have him portraying a Derek Webb.
Do you think...
And then I think that when he turns white, we could still have Samuel L. Jackson. That would be okay. We could just paint him.
Okay. Or we could do like a Sammy Sosa thing where we skin bleach him.
Well, I don't want to damage him.
That's fair. That's fair.
Maybe Jackson's a good choice for that.
The highest billing actor. You don't want to damage him like that.
Yeah. He would be our most expensive actor for sure.
Yeah.
But we can swing it. Because he would love the movie so much.
That's true. I mean, I remember when Samuel L. Jackson was in the audience for the premiere, and he was leaving the theater with like tears, like
and all I heard him saying was, "I wish I could be Derek.
I wish I could have played that Derek
wish
character.
I could play that guy."
At first I was like a little bit on the train of doing like a white person as Derek, and I was thinking like who's like an actor who can like. Because there is a rap number in the movie.
Oh yeah, there is
that Derek is a part of. And so I was like, who's like an actor that I think could also rap at the same time? Well, why not pick the greatest white rapper of all time, Eminem, who does have a lengthy acting career, famously 8 Mile, his biggest piece. He was also in The Interview. I was very impressed by his performance in that.
Seth Rogen
and James Franco? Dave Franco? I can't tell them apart. James Franco. But then I thought like, okay... Who, like, I started thinking, like, what if I had, like, an actual black person, playing this role?
Yeah.
And then I landed on someone who has expressed to me personally how much they wanted to get into acting, and that is Kai Cenat.
He's expressed that to you personally.
He's expressed that to me personally. We were on a lengthy phone call on Discord at like 4 a.m. like actually the other week, and he was like, this Twitch thing's kind of like just like a small thing that I'm doing right now, and he really wants to like get big into acting. And I was like, would you have been interested in playing Derek's character in the movie? And he said it would have been my dream. So here's what I'm proposing: maybe for the first half of the movie, it is Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
But then when Derek starts to like transition into a white person, Eminem steps in to take on the role and plays it for the rest of the movie.
Wow.
It's a dual role.
That could be interesting in a lot of ways.
I was also thinking maybe someone who's also up and coming, maybe on the same level as Ian Armitage, Caleb Branch of VCU fame. I think could really bring the level of charm and swagger necessary for the role. But I don't know. Kai Cenat was like really expressing to me like, please.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just hard to schedule around his like mafia thoughts.
We should try to stream the entire movie though.
He could stream the movie. Hey, Kai, if you want to stream the movie on your Mafia-thon with 100,000 viewers, like, go
for it, man.
That's okay, man.
We're fine with that.
Make sure just Lucifer doesn't donate like $100.
Oh, dude, that was crazy. Julie, who do you got?
Mine's really niche. Actually, I had two. One's not niche and one is niche. Who I had for first one I thought was the guy who played Rowley in Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fuck yeah.
Because he looks like he has the figure for it. But who I really thought would be perfect, who I kind of know, is this guy named Maxwell Ace Donovan.
Okay.
He's from that 90s show.
Interesting.
He plays I think the big tough rugged character, and also I think he would look goofy in a do-rag. I think he would put
Okay. We can't put it in a do-rag.
Derek does not wear a do-rag in the movie, to be
At
clear.
no point does Derek wear a do-rag.
But maybe in the rewrite?
In the rewrite, Kai Sadat does. So.
Okay. Moving on to Julio's team, let's start off with by far my favorite character in the movie, Kyle Nguyen. Kyle Nguyen, sweet Kyle.
Heavy hitter.
Yeah.
I thought he was Filipino.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, cool. I thought he was Filipino.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Kyle, was on Julio's team, the villain's team, but was kind of like the heart of the team. He was like, Julio, please don't I'll go along with your plan because I want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
That's his whole motive, is that he wants to hang out with
He wants time with
Julio.
his friend.
But he's like, please don't hurt anyone through this. And then when Julio gets rid of the entire world's taste buds, really fucked up of him.
Really just wrong.
Kyle, abandons Julio and betrays him by going to George so that he could help the world. That's Kyle's MO, is trying to help as many people as he can. I remember in the training montages for when both teams are training to beat the other ones up, Kyle is practicing his hugs.
Yeah.
Because that's how caring he is.
Because all he wants to do is lift people up.
Exactly. Julie, we'll start off with you.
I immediately thought, because I've been rewatching this show, and there's this photo that looks so perfect, and it is literally Kyle, and the age is perfect too. Oh my god, where is he? There's this little show I've been rewatching called Fresh Off the Boat.
Okay.
And the main character, Eddie's actor, Hudson Yang.
I almost chose him.
Because look at this fucking photo!
Yeah, that's so cute.
I almost chose him. Yeah.
Hudson Yang he's a little sweetheart. He's a little bit of a douchebag in Fresh Off the Boat, but he's a lovable douchebag. But in this one, he can just play lovable.
He can just play the lovable.
Yeah.
And just this photo, again, Hudson Yang in this photo looks exactly like Kyle. This looks like Kyle, the shaved head and the clothes. It just looks like Kyle. And I was laughing so hard. And also Hudson Yang, look at him. He's such a cutie.
That guy is nothing but good intentions. Just like our sweet Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
For me, I had a really hard time choosing Kyle. He's on the bottom of my list because I just had no idea what to do with him. The whole time, all I was thinking about was okay, who's an actor that I've seen play somebody who is two sides, right? There's one side of Kyle. We've been talking about it a lot. This side of Kyle that wants to uplift.
Yes.
But there's another darker side of Kyle.
That's true.
It's something he keeps locked away. Because I think he's scared that if he unleashes it, the world might change. And that's the side of him that was on the villain team. We have to all remember that while Kyle saved the movie and saved the world, he was a part of the plot to destroy it.
That's true. He knew what was going on the whole time, and he didn't really...
Yeah. So I chose Ken Jeong. Because
yes.
I think that, thinking specifically about Community.
Oh, great show.
We see him play somebody who's
Have you seen The Dove?
No.
Okay.
He's just consistently bouncing between a good and evil man, and I really feel like that plays a lot of what Kyle is. I also obviously think that he has a very specific demeanor that makes him just seem very friendly. If I look at Ken Jeong, I feel like he's friendly.
Yeah.
I don't know. He vibes very nice to me. And you need that for Kyle. There's
agree.
the one shot of Kyle coming up and angelic music playing in the fight scene. And it's that's Kyle.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was thinking about actors, I was who could camera be on while that happens and have it not be weird? And I think that Ken is actually a good choice for that.
Yeah, I think that is a very inspired choice. I remember actually, not Julio, Caleb really wanted to have an angelic glowing effect for when Kyle is coming in from the side of the house and waving, being hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I had a couple ideas. At first I thought, who's the most handsome? You look at my list. Look at my list, you asshole. You see who was up next?
That's so fucked up.
That's so fucked up.
What's wrong with you?
She saw who's next. That's going to ruin the comedic potential of this.
God damn it.
I wasn't going to say it.
Okay. I thought, who's the most attractive Asian celebrities that I know. Daniel Day Kim.
Yeah.
He's I think he's Ozai. He's the voice of Ozai. And he's also, if you remember that Good Doctor clip of him going like, I am a surgeon, and like the doctor's like mocking him, that's him.
That's him. He's the handsome guy.
I'm just imagining Ian Armitage and then Daniel Day Kim.
Well, John Cena's there too.
John Cena.
So it's not weird.
I also thought Manny Jacinto.
That's the one I was laughing at.
From the Good Place.
And also the Aculate.
Yep, I think he.
Oh.
Yeah, he is.
He's good vibes.
Charm to the max.
Yeah.
Charm to the max, and I think he just needs to be in more stuff. That's like a big reason why I'm like.
I would like to see him.
He's playing Lindsay Lohan's love interest in the new Freaky Friday, and I'm so glad he needs to be in a rom-com or something just like sweet and slice of life. I need more Manny Jacinto.
I also had Jacob Batalon. He is Ned from the Spider-Man movies. I think he's able to play like I could very easily see Julio and then like Ned, Kyle playing like the best friend to Julio.
Yeah, I mean he is kind of like
he's just always
the
playing
villain.
second to best man.
Yeah, I mean, he's the villain like Caleb, basically, right? Like he's the one, he's always on a computer and like editing and stuff. So I thought about him as well.
The person that I ended up going with, his name is Ki-Hong Lee. Now he's a relatively niche actor.
Oh, I know
He
him.
was in The Maze Runner. Specifically, like, he was very big in The Maze Runner. But he's also just shows up like in a lot of like sitcoms. Like he was in New Girl and like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Who did he play New Girl?
I don't know.
Oh,
I think
he showed up for a little.
I think he was just like, he's like one of those actors who like shows up in like a couple shows, like a couple episodes of a show every like once in a while.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just like when I remember him, I remember like thinking like he has a lot of like just like charm. I don't know. That's really what you need when you come into this movie. It's just having like boyish, cute little charm, to just like come in, do your little thing, win over the audience's heart, and then like make out like a bandit with like millions and millions of dollars, which everyone in the cast did receive.
Millions. I mean, seriously, guys.
Runner,
It's not, we didn't submit it to any like world record or anything like that, but we definitely have the world record unofficial for highest grossing movie of all time.
That's true.
Highest grossing piece of art of all time, I think.
Even true. Are you on Snapchat right now, Julie?
My sister's texting me.
You know what me and George have never done? Go on our phones during the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Answer a text while we're recording.
Sorry, I told my sister I'd be back by 3.
Oh, upwards of like 25?
Yeah, roughly.
So in all of that, but in one episode, Julie has managed to do the thing that we've never done. George, do you find that interesting?
I do find that interesting. I find it repulsive, actually.
I was texting my sister.
We'll move on.
It's whatever.
Abby Cook. She is Julio's right-hand man, and she hates him. That's pretty much Abby's whole character in the movie. She'll be like, I'm helping you out, but I kind of hate your guts, Julio. And I was trying to think of what celebrities do I think could bring that level of animosity towards their superior. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wow.
She made the candles, the goop candles.
She just like puts the candle in his face to make him stop.
Maybe inspired choice, right? That's not who I went with, but
inspired.
Leah Michele of Glee fame.
Yeah. Well, she'd have a hard time. We'd have to verbally.
She would never play second to best.
No, she wouldn't. She would not. I mean, she wouldn't be able to like read the script.
She wouldn't stand for that role.
Unfortunately, she'd sit for it, but she wouldn't stand for it.
Her clipboard would all be just doodles of like herself and like.
Her clipboards would be like cave drawings, like hieroglyphics, trying to make one word.
Valerie Curry. She plays Firecracker from The Boys.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Natalie Dyer, who is
Natalia.
Natalia? I'm so dumb. Natalia Dyer, who is girl Timothy Chalamet and plays who does she play in Stranger Things? Nancy Wheeler. Ultimately, the person that I ended up going with was Rachel Sennett. I think I was very impressed with her role in Shiva Baby. I thought Rachel Sennett is very good at like just playing pure hatred, which I think is what you would need.
That's a really good
for the role of Abby.
Have you seen The Idol?
No.
She plays assistant to Lily Rose Depp's character.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's perfect.
Well, hey, she's used to playing assistants.
But yeah.
Julie, what do you have for this one?
I didn't have her Instagram or know much about her character, so it's going kind of based off looks for this one.
Okay.
I have two people. Where is she?
Sorry, I saw her.
Wow, that was a genuine giggle.
So who I had first, or runner-up, is this girl named Grace Van Dyer. She's in the Greenhouse Academy, but really known specifically for Chrissy in Stranger Things.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Wake up. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
And then who I have for first is Catherine Newton from recent Ant-Man Quantumania fame, and also Lisa Frankenstein and Freaky, alongside the Johnny's character actor I have. She has like such an assertive vibe to her, and she could play bitch, like especially in Freaky, like she could play like a nasty bitch who doesn't want you there. I feel like it'd be perfect.
Yeah. Forrest?
I didn't put too much thought into this one, to be honest. Didn't have it in me. But for this one, I was like, okay, who's like some like blonde white woman actor I can put in here that I think the role itself is like vaguely annoying. So I think that you need someone, like if you see them on screen, it kind of has to like annoy you a little.
Absolutely.
And for me, whenever I see Brie Larson on screen, I start to get annoyed.
I completely know what you mean, Forrest.
I do, just a little. Start to get annoyed.
I thought she was great in Scott Pilgrim. I think that's like one of the roles that I'm like.
And it's not even that she's like a bad actor or anything. I don't know. Something about her. Her vibe is horrendous. Her vibe is fucking awful.
I haven't seen much of anything of hers recently to say.
And so for me, I'm like, there we go.
I think that is an inspired choice.
That's what I want.
That is an inspired choice. Moving on.
I can see her in the sunglasses and doing all that.
Moving on to the twins, Aric and Jarod. Now, I don't know. Do you guys have like? I don't know. Do you think we should do Jarod and then Aric, or are you guys fine just doing Jarod and Aric?
We can do it at the same time, I think.
Yeah.
As one.
Okay.
Or
Forrest.
I guess we could do them separate if you want.
No, I don't want to. Forrest, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, for me personally, Jarod and Aric, they have to be twins. So obviously, the people cast have to also be twins. And I'll do mine one by one. I did Dylan Sprouse and Cole Sprouse.
Yes.
Obviously just the most famous twins.
They're the most famous. Well, I mean, they're the Olsen twins, but
that's true.
They're the famous male up-and-coming twins.
Yeah. And also, I think that, Jarod and Aric are, like, definitely pretty different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so are the Sprouse twins. They both have, like, their own distinct different vibes going on. And I think that the Sprouse twins as well. I think
they got it.
That together, they would form a tower of terror, much similar to Jarod and Aric in the training montage, and it would just be fantastic.
Absolutely.
What about you?
No, I want you to go.
Okay. So, who I thought of, I think I told you last night, who I thought of immediately for twins that weren't Dylan and Cole Sprouse, because I kind of wanted to play by age for this one, was Cameron and Dylan Corvetti. They play Ryan on The Boys. This is Homelander's son.
Oh, yeah, and they are played by twins.
They are played by twins, and I feel like, they both can. I think they both can play such like a strong character, and I think they could play definitely conflicting. I've never seen them both on screen together. They have been on screen together, but obviously all I know about them is from The Boys.
Yeah,
and I don't know. That was like the closest upcoming like twins I could get.
Yeah, you could think.
I straight up looked up and all I could get was like Rami Malek and his other twin brother.
Oh yeah, I saw them.
And also Ashton Kutcher with his also twin brother, but like none of them. Actually, you know what? Maybe Ashton Kutcher and his twin could fit too. Yeah. But I think Cameron and Dylan Corvetti could be way better.
Yeah, I also thought of Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
I mean, it just makes sense.
But then I thought, no, that's too easy.
It is.
Then I thought, maybe be a little bit, different. Aric and Jarod, they are shorter people. What if I get some like some really tall, like muscular people to play these roles, like Chris Hemsworth and Liam Hemsworth? Then I thought, no, I need to make something bold out of these two. I need to make an example out of these two. Show that I am willing to make the tough choices. Do you guys remember a little show called Liv and Maddie?
Yes, of course. How could I forget?
The simpleton would think that Liv and Maddie were played by two real-life twins, but no. Liv and Maddie was played by one person playing both Liv and Maddie.
Really?
And they would splice together like the footage to make it look like they were talking to each other.
So much more effort than necessary.
Yes, I agree.
Ever heard of The Parent Trap?
Okay.
It was the thing in Parent Trap. And so I thought, what if I could do that for
I was thinking
these characters.
individual and then duplicating.
What if I get one actor who can play both Jarod and Aric, kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde situation, but like, you know, they're talking to each other. And everyone's like, you guys look pretty much alike. And I thought, what actor could bring the level of boisterousness and just funniness that Jarod and Aric. I think they're the two funniest characters in the movie. I think they're great. So my suggestion is to have Kevin Hart play both Aric and Jarod and splice together the footage so it's two different, like...
But he wears a red jacket and a blue jacket.
Yeah, so you can tell them apart.
Well, obviously, that's just what makes sense.
And, you know, I think Kevin Hart, while I am not impressed at all by his film catalog, I need a little bit of star power.
Yeah.
You know, more than just John Cena and you know, many others. And I think Kevin Hart, with enough, like, rigorous acting training provided by me, I think I could get him to show off the subtle differences between the Jarod and Aric character. You know, Aric is much quieter, but like more witty, and Jarod is loud and boisterous, but like a little bit more charming. So I think, you know, it's Kevin Hart.
Yeah, and I also think what's good about that is, like, you know, Jarod and Aric, the reason that they work so well on screen together, or one of the many reasons why they work so well, is that they just understand each other so well. Yeah. And nobody in this world understands Kevin Hart, except for perhaps Kevin Hart.
Yes.
You know, like...
The Rock.
You really think that?
Do you think they're actually best friends?
Do you think they're actually best friends? Do you think that Kevin Hart is secure enough to walk down the street standing next to Dwayne Johnson?
I genuinely just think they keep happening to, like, get movies together, and they're like...
I think they enjoy working with each other, but I don't think that they would be caught dead, like, thrifting together.
Moving on, we have Sam's character, Sam Guglielmino. Now, Sam is the smallest role in the main cast. Actually, Sam's character, all of his shots were filmed in one day. He drove all the way down from West Virginia to, like, come down here and, like, film all of his shit in, like, one go. Which he's the GOAT for. Yeah, we really appreciate
very intense day for him.
Yeah. So for Sam, I think you just need a himbo. I think you just need a himbo to play him. That's the role. He's Sam's the muscle. Yeah. And he is dumb. That is, and, you know, there are a lot of subtle complexities that Sam Guglielmino is able to bring to the table. But I was thinking that, you know, maybe Dave Bautista could also bring something like that.
Oh, sure.
You know, he plays
a lot of wrestlers.
He plays, I mean, Sam's also...
Well, he also wrestles in the movie.
In the movie, he does. He plays Drax in, you know, Marvel, and I'm sure he's done other stuff. Then I was thinking maybe Michael B. Jordan. You know, I was just thinking about what actors are muscular.
I was like inches away from choosing Michael B. Jordan.
For Sam? Really?
Yeah, because I was just like, I'm just trying to think of, like, hot built guys. Yeah. And I'm like...
That was the first...
Yeah, and I'm like, Michael B. Jordan is built and hot. And then I was like, but that isn't right.
No. But I think the absolute perfect person to play Sam is Channing Tatum.
Wow.
He's muscular. He's a little bit dumb.
Yeah.
He's charming. And he's funny. That's all you need.
Dude, I love the Jump Street movies so much.
The Jump Street movies, they're good. They're fine cinema.
They got a Vietnamese church in the second act. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I think that Sam is, like, one of those... You gotta pull out the list.
What?
I think Sam is one of those, like, hard people to cast, only because he's just barely in the movie.
I mean, there's no such thing as a small role, especially in the George's Lunch Review movie, where every role has, like, so much weight to it and equal, like, storytelling, like, purposes. But you were saying...
But he's a small role.
He is a small role.
So it's hard to, like... And I know Sam in real life, but that's not... It's actually, he might be also one of the most different characters, like, from him in real life. He's not like that. Yeah. You know? No. So I was kind of on that same thought process as you were, and I was thinking about anybody who has, like, a martial arts background, because Sam does, and that's in the movie, like, as canon, but also in real life, and that's for the fight scene, like, you know, me and the twins did a lot of the choreography for it.
Thank you again, by the way. It was fantastic.
But, like, we didn't do anything for Jack and Sam. They just did whatever the fuck that we were like, yeah, just at some point, Jack needs to tickle you. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And that all led me to Michael J. White, who you might recognize from Jax in Mortal Kombat, or Mike Tyson in the 1995 movie Tyson.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I fuck with that. I fuck with that heavy. Hold on.
Because he will...
What's the name again?
Michael J. White. So J... Yeah.
Yeah. No, I fuck with this heavy.
He could absolutely do the shirt open 6-pack. I mean, he might have to.
Oh, he plays Jax.
Get himself.
That's so cool.
He might have to get more ripped.
Yeah,
for
but
the role of Sam.
he's already very ripped right now, I'm sure.
Yeah, but like for Sam, it's
for Sam, he could easily do the Hawaiian shirt open, 6-pack out, kind of like whatever the fuck, man. And then in the fight scene against Hugh Jackman, I mean, come on, it's two titans.
Yeah.
Imagine this with Justice Smith. Ian Armitage.
a whole fight scene and like Ian Armitage is like running around and like and John Cena is like, it's like, what the fuck are we talking about here, you know? But that's the beauty of recasting. Sorry, keep going for us.
No, that's all. That's it. I'm really interested in what Julie has.
Yes, I am.
So I thought, okay, we got a shirtless white boy with like a little beach shirt on. And who I thought would be perfect would be Ross Lynch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You hinted at this earlier.
Yeah, because I was like, I immediately thought of like that one scene. I don't know. He had like that shirt and was shirtless. And also, there's this thing with Ross Lynch apparently that he just like takes his shirt off during his concerts for like no reason.
I mean, it's
there's so many artists.
His reason is that he's Ross Lynch.
Yeah. He's not singing good even, so that's why he takes off his shirt. Well,
he's like, well, I gotta distract him
from his bad singing. Because I swear he is a good singer. It's just that one clip of him. He's singing really fucking bad, and I can hear it click within him, and so he takes off his shirt.
He's like, oh fuck,
I gotta recalibrate, man. I gotta get this shit off.
I mean, yeah, he's a hot ass dude, and like there's always those clips of him. Like there's never a like clip going around of him singing. It's just his ass shirtless singing.
Yeah,
that's it. That's so fucking funny.
We'll move on to definitely one of the sleeper hits of the movie. Someone who got rigorous applause when they came on the screen during the premiere, and that is the host of the Woodson Morning Show himself.
Oh yeah,
Aveek, sir. It was an absolute treat to get Aveek on the movie. We almost didn't. He had a very busy schedule, but we were able to, work out with him. We showed him the script.
Yeah, big shout out to Aveek. Made sacrifices to be there. Yeah, and did a great job.
And actually, after the movie premiere, he went to his car and made like a very actually genuinely very heartfelt Instagram story series.
He made 10 60-second or whatever max amount of time Instagram allows.
Talking about how much
story slides about how much he enjoyed being on the movie and
he talks about the message of the movie and how it really stuck with him, because I think the message of the movie is nice. I like it a lot. It's learning how to move, appreciate the times you had and move on, especially since this was the end of our senior year, or it would have been if we got that damn movie done on time.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciated. Aveek, sir. I was very close. To just leaving it at the only person that I think could play Aveek is Aveek.
It's true.
And I think it's true. I think no one else could even come close to a good a job as he does. But then I got a little bit thinking. I'm like, who are some other hosts that I think could maybe bring Aveek. Bring Aveek.
Yeah.
Carl Azus from CNN 10. He does that little rapping segment at the end of, every CNN 10. He retired a little bit ago. That was the first thought. But then I've decided on Theo Vaughn. For...
I don't know who that is either.
You're lucky.
You're lucky. He's a podcast guy, and I don't know.
He has this I don't know. People say it's a character. I'm not convinced.
I'm not convinced.
He does. Yeah, he's this weird podcast advice show. He's what a lot of people's first step into becoming alt-right, I think. That's who Theo Vaughn is.
Yeah.
So you're doing Aveek a great honor. By letting him be played by someone so famous.
Yeah.
So impactful, even.
Julie? Who
I have is very, very niche, but I feel like he visually fits him out the most. His name is I'm gonna butcher this name so badly. Mahi Alam.
Okay, Mahi Alam.
He plays Kevin Kapoor in the new Mean Girls.
Yeah, he does.
And also the guy who originally played Kevin Kapoor would be great too.
I think so.
Because they're both funny, or at least the one in the original is way more funny. But
yeah,
I think he would be great for Aveek.
when I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about Aveek, I was kind of on the same page as you, where I was like, nobody's gonna like play Aveek like Aveek. Aveek is so singular by nature. I've never met. You go through life and you like meet people and you're like, yeah, you all fit into like neat little archetype boxes, kind of.
Yeah.
Aveek like isn't there for me at all.
No, he's
like when we were in middle school together, I was like, yeah, man, like what are you into? And he's like, I'm like one of my hobbies is squatting. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like,
it's just an Asian thing. You wouldn't get it.
No, like as like a hobby. Exactly. Like this guy for all like 4 years of high school came in and was eating like a whole tub of Greek yogurt for breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've never met anybody like Aveek. This guy's fucking awesome.
Yes.
And I completely threw everything to the wind at that point because I was like, well, Aveek's role in this movie is just being a host. So who's the host? And while I was still kind of hopeful someone could play Aveek, I chose like someone like Trevor Noah, who's definitely comedic and like definitely can try to portray someone like Aveek, but I just don't think he's there. So I'm thinking of the ultimate news host. It's Anderson Cooper, beloved by middle-aged women all around the country.
Hey, I fuck with that heavy. I thought you were gonna say Jimmy Fallon, who I also think could play a great Aveek, but
Jimmy Fallon could never play Aveek.
Okay. Okay, I'll shut up. My bad.
Stephen Colbert.
None of these late night hosts could do it.
No, not Aveek.
None of them
Imagine
could report like Aveek does. That's why we need someone who reports. You know, because that's really what he does in the movie. There is one scene where he's on the couch and like talking to us, but he's still reporting. So we need a professional who's just going to step in and do his job.
Preach. We'll move on to Justin Mangis, who I think is kind of like the Stan Lee of the movie.
He is.
He comes in and he makes like generational cameo after cameo, unforgettable.
Yeah.
Hey Julio, can I be on your team? Banger. On 3, guys. Banger. Do you mind? Banger.
That one's awesome.
That one is awesome.
Walking into a room, someone playing Twister.
Mind if I join?
All right, Julie, who do you got for Justin?
I thought it'd be kind of on the nose with this guy.
So I know you meant that earnestly. He's gonna hate hearing that.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god! You said it's kind of on the nose and me for his life.
Oh. Well, he's gonna hate this even more. I casted the guy from Lincoln Loud.
Wait.
The live action Lincoln Loud.
Justin Nosy Guy. George, put a picture of him on the screen. This is inspired. This trumps my choice. This trumps my choice.
You know what I was choosing? I was like, I can't make a joke about it.
No, So the way that I chose it was I asked my brother who's the most famous person you could think of, and he said Denzel Washington.
That's how.
So I have Justin as Denzel Washington because I think it would just be so funny to see this like.
Why is it grown-ass men around here?
Just like you're watching this movie and Denzel Washington's like, "Hey, can I be on your team?" And it's like no Denzel, like we don't want you here. Like I don't know. That's who I had for Justin.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was kind of talking about it a little bit earlier with Ben Platt, but like, I think it'd be really funny to have someone entirely out of place, and then someone who I know can kind of play a little awkward. And that's not Justin's role. Justin is like very confident in the movie.
Yeah.
But this recast, I would like to make him awkward.
That's fair.
And I'm thinking about like people who do cameos all the time, and it's always weird when they do cameos.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many Disney musicals y'all have watched lately, but Lin-Manuel Miranda cannot get off of my screen. Lin-Manuel Miranda loves being on my fucking screen. And he would love to be on this one too.
Oh yeah, he's been begging us for months to put him in. Now he wants to play Julio, who we'll get into now.
I'm not gonna let him play Julio.
No. A role that demanding, I don't think he can.
Definitely.
Because we were talking about who plays themselves the least in the movie, and I think by far it is Julio. Like, Julio is...
Yeah, but that's just because he's a genuine villain in the movie.
Yeah, like
that'd be fucking insane.
He's mustache twirly, like I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna take everyone's taste buds away.
Yeah, he's very like Eggman.
Yes, there you go. Ooh, Jim Carrey, I think, could play an excellent Julio, but of course
he has to be
this one. He has to be Hispanic.
Yeah.
I had a few ideas for this one. Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah,
he played a villain in the new Wonder Woman movie. Now I think he could play a much better villain than he did in that movie. So I think I want to give him a second chance with a role like this one. But he's not who I ended up with.
Sorry, have you seen Kingsman Golden Circle? He's a great villain in that.
No, I didn't see that. I might have to check it out.
That movie is good.
Then I thought of Danny Trejo, who plays a lot of
famous villain. I mean, he's like the villain.
The guy
actor.
from Spy Kids?
I think so.
He is in Spy Kids, but that's crazy that's where you know him from.
And also Machete.
He's like the most famous like villain actor.
You know, he actually has a rule in his contract where if he's like playing the villain, he has to lose. Like, he has to die by the end of the movie, as opposed to someone like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who has in his contract, he has to win every fight he's in because his ego is so small.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking of like other villains that I like Gus Fring, Giancarlo Esposito, but then I found out that he's just Italian. He's not actually Hispanic of any kind. I think he could still like do a fantastic job. You know, like I imagine Julio as like one step above Gus Fring in terms of villainy.
Definitely. I mean, but he could work his way up. Is the thing.
Ultimately, I went with someone who's up and coming, someone who's been getting a lot of roles recently. His name is Zolo Maridueña.
I love that.
He played recently Blue Beetle. He was also in Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
It's this young chap.
He's good in Cobra Kai.
And I don't know. I just think he'd be able to bring like villain, but you don't hate him. You know, you're watching, you're like, wait, this guy's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But he's actually kind of cool.
Which is what Julio does. I feel like for most people watching the movie, they don't really realize like how evil that guy's being.
Oh, yeah.
Because he comes off pretty charming.
Yeah, he's so lovable, and you're like, wait, that guy stole his food reviewing account? What an asshole.
He's like some bumbling fool, but at the same time, he's trying to destroy the happiness of the world.
It's true. He's trying to take away our ability to taste.
He's very unassuming.
Yeah. Forrest, who do you got?
I did end on Michael Trejo.
Okay.
That's what I went with.
Trejo?
Danny.
Oh my god, Danny. Yes.
You're good.
I ended on him because I think that
Justice Smith versus Danny Trejo.
Inspired.
I think that while Julio is bumbling, you know, I wouldn't mind. I think that Danny has it in him. He has starred in over 150 movies. I mean, that's a big deal.
It's incredible.
He is probably like the best villain actor to do it. He's the GOAT of being a villain. And that's what Julio deserves.
And yeah, I mean, I think also it would just be a very good, like, send-off for Danny Trejo. Like, if he were to ever retire soon. Yeah. I think, you know, the absolute, like, the role of Julio is such, like, an evil one and such, like, a nuanced one that I think it would be enough for him to be like, this is the best that I can never do.
Yeah, and honestly, like, the honor of getting to be in a movie like George's Lunch Food Review, the movie, is, like, probably for someone like him, extremely rewarding, and like he's probably working his whole life to be in a movie like this one.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I would also really like to afford him that opportunity.
Yeah, we're really charitable people. Julie, who do you have for Julio?
I was thinking at first this guy from Never Have I Ever called, his name is Tyler Alvarez. He plays like a little like annoying douchebag in that show.
Okay.
And he radiates the vibe of Julio. He has like the arrogance and ego, but also I feel like would be a really compelling actor to play it would be Antonio Banderas. Because now that we were talking about Spy Kids, I was like, you know, Antonio Banderas, he would be great. Just his like conniving, mischievous energy, and also he's fucking Puss in Boots. Like I think that'd be dope.
True. I almost put him on the runner-ups list.
No, I think he'd be great. And he plays a villain in a spy movie. I don't know which one. And I feel like he'd also be a very great Mr. Sinister if they were ever going to do that in the X-Men franchise. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, that'd be really cool. That'd be awesome.
I know him as Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
If he played Mr. Sinister, that'd be great.
Well, hey, that was those were our cast lists. on screen right now, this is all of my characters or all of my actors that I'm going to have. Now here's all of Forrest's actors that he's planning on having, and then here's all of Julie's actors that she would like to have.
Wow.
Very, very interesting. Very
different.
Diverse. Yeah. I don't think we ever like agreed like fully on like one actor for one person, which I'm very happy with.
Yeah.
We have a tradition.
A long-standing tradition.
What is
because, many people, they come up to me and George on the street. They see us walking down the street.
On the street, and they go, stop!
Yeah.
Stop right there. You two? You guys are the same person.
And we go, what? What? No, we are not! To which they say,
yes, you are. And here's why. But we've heard why we're the same person over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But we want to hear, like, other than looks.
Other than physical attributes.
What is the difference? One difference. Mm-hmm. Or two if you feel so desire.
Oh, Lord.
That is different between me and Forrest.
And if we've heard it before, it's a reroll.
Yep. And we're going to give
preferred for you to do a complete sentence. I'm starting a new thing.
And hey, listen, take as much time as you need. I can cut out all the silence. Or not.
Okay. I say off the top of my head that I say you're both artists but in different means. Because this is not helping your argument right now, the way you both did that. I'd say you're both artists but through different means, where you pursue it through performing art and you do it through sort of a medium of food, and also just like tattoos and music. He has just theater, but
that's the only. I'm not a
Don't worry, I'm working on getting this guy into tattoos.
He's trying to get it through this album thing, but he's not getting it.
You know, today's my last day, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It clearly still hasn't been in.
I gotta listen to like 5 albums by it.
I'm joking.
You got that.
But I feel like you both have such like a creative comedic mindset, but you also have different ways of pursuing it, but also blends really well together. Like it comes up as a really amazing outcome to both of it, because when you both work together, it's very great to just like see that from my end. So I like to see how you, again, from just this, both you guys have two different standpoints on like casting these people, and I think it's great to just bounce off each other that way. I think that's.
Would you say that we're like that one scene from Ratatouille where like he's eating the cheese and the strawberry and then he eats them both?
Yeah, he's like, whoa.
Well, okay, that's a masterpiece, so not that bad.
I mean, have you listened to any episode of the Obligatory Podcast?
I know you've listened to all of them.
Wouldn't you say that is a masterpiece?
In its own right.
And George is the strawberry and maybe I'm the cheese? Or the other way around?
It's a grape.
You're the cheese.
It's a grape and a cheese.
Oh, sorry. Grape.
Oh, well, grape, George. You've ruined it all.
No. Well, thank you so much for being on the Obligatory Podcast, Julie. It's about damn time. You know, you designed our logo for us, so, figured we'd get you in the saddle. And thank you for coming with such inspired choices for the recasting. But we're going to have to end off today's episode. We're already running a little bit over time. Let us know in the comments whose list or whose movie recast you would prefer to watch.
Yeah, and let us know who loves movies the most based off of the character list.
Yes, was it Lovely Larry, which is me, which is me, George.
Obviously, that's George. Was it Loving Lynette, which is
Forrest.
Julie. Which is Julie.
Which is Julie.
Or was it Bombastic Barry?
I don't know.
Which is Forrest.
Two L's.
Yes.
That's Forrest. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 L's and a B. So you choose,
So thank you so much for watching today's episode.
A BBL.
And we'll catch you on the flip.
Comment marshmallow if you're a real one.